Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Sheila's next heart attack, Looms Remy triggers medical emergency. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Remy Price, Christian Weissman, is obviously bad news, so he's not really someone you want working at your restaurant. Deacon Sharp, scene canon, doesn't know that yet, but he'll surely figure it out down the road. In the meantime, Remy is working at Il Giardino on a trial basis in exchange for room and board. If Remy proves himself, Deacon is willing to give him a permanent position and actual paybacks to go along with it. However, there could be a problem if Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, figures out Remy's twisted nature and nefarious plans. Sheila is quite protective of Deacon's restaurant, so she may keep an eye on Remy and any schemes he might carry out. Since Sheila won't want to see another scandal unleashed involving Il Giardino, she could intervene if Remy goes too far. The last thing Deacon needs is his restaurant blowing up headlines because his waiter went off the rails, especially since Deacon didn't do a proper background check. Besides, Sheila is trying to act like she's reformed and on a positive path now. Even Sheila has her limits, so she may not stand by and watch Remy terrorize Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, with all his stalking. Of course, Remy is awfully fixated on Electra and won't plan on letting anyone stand in the way of the woman he wants. If Sheila poses a threat to Remy's plot to win over Electra, he could try to get rid of her. It'd be easy for Remy to overhear Sheila's heart attack history and perhaps drug her with something to cause another one. On the other hand, maybe Remy could get a lucky break if Sheila simply suffers a cardiac episode and keels over during a confrontation. We can certainly imagine Remy just walking away instead of summoning Deacon or calling an ambulance for Sheila. Regardless, another medical crisis could put Sheila's life on the line and tug at John Finn Finnegan's, Tanner Novlan, heartstrings once again. Sheila will never truly give up on having a relationship with Finn, so that's something for B&B fans to keep in mind. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Sheila and Remy's upcoming interactions could lead to trouble, so we'll pass along more predictions on all the chaos and updates on any shockers to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Sheila's next heart attack looms. Remy triggers medical emergency. The world of the bold and the beautiful is always a whirlwind of drama, romance, and unexpected twists. However, recent spoilers reveal a new, perilous chapter in the life of Sheila Carter, a woman whose very name sends shockwaves through the soap opera universe. Sheila, the villainess with a tangled web of enemies, is teetering on the edge of another emotional breakdown, one that could be far more dangerous than anyone realizes. And in the eye of this storm stands Remy, whose actions could inadvertently trigger a life-threatening medical crisis for Sheila. A new threat for Sheila Carter. Sheila Carter is no stranger to drama. From her complicated relationships with the Forrester family to her history of devious deeds, Sheila has always been at the center of chaos. But now, as she's trying to keep a low profile, her heart is about to face the ultimate test. She's been under immense stress recently, with her past actions coming back to haunt her, and her health has been a silent ticking time bomb. As fans know, Sheila has been through the ringer. Multiple confrontations, betrayals, and a list of enemies who would love to see her downfall. Despite Sheila's ongoing attempts at reinvention, her psychological and physical state has been deteriorating. Her obsession with control and fear of losing everything she's worked for has begun to take its toll on her heart. Fans are no strangers to Sheila's violent outbursts or her manipulative ways, but the emotional and physical exhaustion of constantly being on edge might push her over the edge this time. And as Sheila's life spirals downward, Remy, a seemingly innocent character, becomes an unexpected catalyst for the storm that's about to hit. Remy's unwitting role in Sheila's breakdown. Remy, who has been part of the Bold and the Beautiful's recent storylines, has grown close to several characters in the show. His gentle nature and dedication to his friends have made him a beloved figure. However, his good intentions could set off a chain of events he never saw coming. Remy's latest actions, though seemingly benign, will strike a chord with Sheila, triggering a series of events that could lead to her medical emergency. In an upcoming episode, Remy's conversation with Sheila will inadvertently bring up a series of painful memories from Sheila's past. He might mention an innocent topic, perhaps even express concern for her well-being. But this innocent exchange will awaken Sheila's deepest fears and insecurities. Sheila, who has long believed that she is on the verge of losing everything she cares about, will become consumed by panic. The conversation will intensify, pushing Sheila's already fragile mental state to its limits. What Remy won't know is that this anxiety will trigger a physical response, something no one could have predicted. The looming heart attack. As Remy's words continue to rattle Sheila, the physical manifestation of her anxiety will be more than just a few frantic thoughts. The pressure she's feeling will translate directly into her body's response. Sheila has had a history of health problems, including heart issues, which have often been exacerbated by her intense stress levels. As the storyline unfolds, it becomes clear that Sheila is no longer capable of managing the pressure of her double life. Whether it's the guilt of her past actions, the fear of being caught, or the ongoing vendettas against her, Sheila's body will soon begin to revolt. In a scene filled with tension, Sheila will experience the first signs of a heart attack, a sharp pain in her chest, difficulty breathing, and dizziness that takes her completely off guard. As her condition worsens, Sheila will be left gasping for air, struggling to maintain her composure. The once indomitable woman, who has managed to control every situation in her life with force and cunning, will suddenly find herself vulnerable, her health failing her in the most terrifying of ways. This moment will be a dramatic turning point, not just for Sheila, but for everyone around her. Her medical emergency will send shockwaves through the B&B universe, forcing those who once feared her to confront the humanity behind the villain. But Remy, unknowingly at the center of this medical crisis, will be left to grapple with the consequences of his innocent words. Will Sheila survive? The question on everyone's mind will be, will Sheila survive this heart attack, or is this the moment where she finally meets her match? Sheila has cheated death and destruction more times than anyone can count, but this time it feels different. As her heart weakens, her life will hang in the balance. And what makes this even more complicated is that Sheila is not a character to sit idly by in a medical crisis. Her survival instincts will kick in, and she'll likely do whatever it takes to regain control of the situation. But Sheila's manipulation may only go so far in a medical emergency. Despite her iron grip on those around her, she's human, and even the most skilled manipulators can't escape their own limitations when faced with mortality. Remy, having unknowingly triggered this crisis, will be racked with guilt. Will he be able to save her, or will he stand by, helpless as Sheila fights for her life? The medical team will rush to her side, but the real drama lies in whether Sheila will manage to escape death once again. Her survival will depend not only on medical intervention, but on the strength of her own will to live. And given her track record, it's hard to imagine that Sheila will give up without a fight. The fallout, a changed Sheila should Sheila pull through, the aftermath of this near-death experience will surely change her. No longer will she be the same calculating, ruthless woman who lurks in the shadows. This heart attack could signify a shift in her character, a reckoning for all the damage she's caused, and a deep reflection on her own mortality. Sheila might find herself facing the consequences of her actions in a way she never has before, with a renewed sense of vulnerability that she's never shown to anyone. But of course, this wouldn't be The Bold and the Beautiful if there weren't another twist in the plot. Sheila's survival might not lead to redemption. Instead, it could spark a new wave of vengeance. With her heart hanging in the balance and her mind racing, Sheila could become more dangerous than ever before. This event could mark the beginning of a new chapter where her thirst for power is fueled by desperation, leading her to take even greater risks in order to ensure her survival, and maybe even find a way to finally escape the consequences of her actions once and for all. What's next for Sheila and Remy? As the storyline progresses, the dynamic between Sheila and Remy will evolve. What began as an innocent conversation could leave lasting scars. Sheila might see Remy as a pawn in her game or as an ally to be manipulated in the future. Meanwhile, Remy will be forced to confront his role in Sheila's life-threatening moment, torn between his own guilt and his desire to help. Fans can expect more suspense, intrigue, and shock value in the coming episodes, as the drama surrounding Sheila's health crisis continues to unfold. Will Sheila's heart survive, or will this be the final chapter in her tumultuous journey? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: The Bold and the Beautiful never fails to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. Stay tuned, because the next twist in Sheila's story is just around the corner.